See, it was a time when the Bay felt like Sacramento was trying to be like the Bay. But Sacramento didn't go to the Bay. The Bay came to Sacramento. And it been like that for a long time. And I could say like probably since like the 60s, 70s, 80s, and like so forth. Cause on both sides of my family, like both of my grandmas and like their siblings up in their ages came from the Bay Area. And everything after that is from Sacramento. So that just says like Sacramento always like, gained the Bay's culture through over time. Always caught on to the Bay culture over time, gradually. But it was a time where Mac Dre moved to Sacramento in the early 2000s, and it could have been before that, late 90s, early 2000s. And there was a rap group named Something Terrible, and that was for Show, Sauce, Stupid Swoop, Bad Business, and Clapper. And they was pioneers of a lot of that Thiz movement. Like they was like the first niggas to be ghost riding and shit like that. And they from the South area. They from G Parkway and all that shit. Like they used to be at Cal Skate going dumb on top of the whip and all that type of shit. So it wasn't just like the whole Sacramento had caught on to that wave already. It was that specific group and crowd and area. Because the whole Sacramento, even the whole South Sacramento wasn't like onto that wave. Because the difference between the Bay and Sacramento, period, is just like, we gang bang and they don't. Like we claim Bloods and Crips and they don't. So we have our own culture of our own. As far as like gangs and a lot of slang, we might kind of talk the same and, kind of dress the same, but we're easily identifiable and we gangbang. But Mac Dre even had them on Thea's Entertainment, Something Terrible. Even mentioned them in a lot of songs, got a lot of shout outs. He had a lot of love. And they was even on Thea's Entertainment up until the point when he died and probably a little after that, but they changed it into Stupid Entertainment. And they're even on the Block Report, I believe, Hood to Hood, and all that type of shit. A lot of them Bay Area DVDs and shit like that. But and then moving on as time went by, like dance groups begin to form, turf fanatics, turf dummies, dumbass heathens, and all these dancing groups begin to form, like after like the hyphy movement and Diz and all that shit. And the Bay Area was doing it also. And it's just a lot of just history between that and just like culture, because we listen to the same type of music. They always came through Sacramento and made money. And Sibo is a pioneer too of like getting a lot of rap careers started. And it always was Sibo Presents. Sibo Presents. So he played a part of like Bay Area artists' getting their name out there. And that's not even, and that don't really even got nothing to do with the theaters entertainment. I mean, yeah, and hyphy movement and shit like that. But he pioneered a name into the Bay Area. It's culture also and musically. But like I said, like the Bay Area always migrated to Sacramento. So as we're picking up on their culture, like they picked up on our culture, because a lot of them start banging our hoods, start banging our gangs. A lot of them say blood, a lot of them say cuz, and a lot of them could have been in Sacramento hanging with family members and blood, cuz, and you know, just the migration of Crips and Bloods, period, from LA and Stockton and so forth. It's even a lot of Bay Area, you know, residents in Stockton. It's a lot of Bay Area, period, outside of the Bay Area through Northern California. So, you know, that just goes to show that they're very influential also and carved a lot in this culture and, you know, shit like that. But they like had a lot of cliques and shit. So they also brought like a lot of that with them, like motherfuckers carving cliques and banging different cliques and shit, because they got like turfs and cliques and all that type of shit. And a lot of blocks, singling out blocks and all that shit. That's a lot of like Bay Area and like Oakland and shit like that type of shit. And they brought a lot of that to like a lot of cities. But that's like my take on like Mac Dre area and shit. And he used to live in Sacramento, like I said, Arden area specifically. But he moved around a lot. He moved around a lot and he knew a lot of people. And it always been like that. The rappers always came to Sacramento. I seen, like early 2000, I seen a Kick the Sneak van with his whole picture on it, the Farm Boys. He even had Farm Boys. That was like some older Heights niggas, OGs, that they had a farm in the North area and they called it Farm Boys. Kick the Sneak always been in Sacramento. I don't even know if and I think he lived here currently. And he always lived in Sacramento. I seen Kick the Sneak so many times. Like, it was regular to see Kick the Sneak. Even him being from Oakland, it was regular to see Kick the Sneak. And he would be with a lot of North area niggas and just different niggas. He moved around too. But this probably where they seen their fan base and their money, a lot of money just coming through, cleaning up. You know, and it was cheaper. Sacramento always was cheaper than the Bay Area. Like now it's getting high as shit. Just through California.